In this video, we walk through some of the ways you can look at a plan in order to check the values entered and that things are set up how you would like. The first thing we're going to do is start on the dashboard screen and scan down everything entered into the plan to check it against the fact find. So to do that, press the downward arrow to see everything that's entered, and you can go down this list here. The colour of the person icon indicates the ownership. Hover over this icon to check the ownership for each item and also check it in the individual entry. Click on each entry to check things like the growth rates, timings and withdrawal limits. For example, here for savings for Tim, the growth rate is 1, there's no contribution set up into the savings account, and there's no withdrawal limits. Once you've done this, you can go to the top right of the chart and look at year view. It's a good habit to come to year view each time you change something in the plan to check it's set up how you would like. For example, you've set up a transfer from cash to an investment, so go to year view after you've done this to check that it's working. The year view reflects the details behind each year of the chart. So if I click on it, you'll see for each year we've got the cash flow, so money coming in, the money used, expenses, the money that's needed in the plan, and everything included in the black line, including contributions into accounts, and investments and pensions, so end of year balances, growth rates, money coming in and out of these accounts. This is a good place to check the net growth rates are set up as you would like, and you can scroll to different years of the plan to see the changes. So in here we're going to check the key events on the timeline. So in here we've got Sarah's online learning course, so I'm going to scroll to that year, and I just expect to see in this year the expense for the online learning course. So I'll go to expenses, there it is as a milestone expense, and it's inflated slightly from the value I put in. If I go to either side of this, the online learning course disappears, so that's set up as I wanted. You can check through each of the key events on the timeline that it's set up how you'd like. For example, Emily's university fees start in this year, so you'd see that as an expense, and they drop off when they finish in 2027. Any spikes in the plan, it's also a good idea to do this to see what's going on in that year. Another sense check is to go to Let's See Single Chart, turn on the details and do a slow reveal of the assets and income. This is a good check to see that they're starting and stopping at the right time and they're roughly the right amounts and seems sensible. So first of all, hide all, and this shows the expense profile for the chart, and then bring in the items one at a time. So the employment steps down at the Tim's retirement, and then completely stops at Sarah's retirement. There's state pension, which comes into the plan later on, DB scheme pension in the green, and there's also some money purchase pension values here. There is some other income in the plan from rental property, so that's assumed to be through the whole of the plan. And to make up for the shortfall, they need to access some of their savings and investments. This is also a nice way of presenting this to the client as you build the items up one at a time and explain what they are. Finally, use the different chart types as a check as well. For example, if I go to Let's See Dual Chart, we can compare for the same plan the cash flow chart at the top and the assets chart at the bottom. So a nice way to look at the assets chart is actually putting the legend on and taking off the non-liquid. And here we can see what's left at the end of the plan. This is a great check if there's any red in the plan in the cash flow. For example, you might still see some assets left even if it's red and shortfall, as there may be some withdrawal limits set up in the plan. Finally, use the other charts to sense check the other areas such as debts and taxes. The taxes chart and taxes details, for example, can be a useful check on the CGT in the plan, and if it's looking quite high, then go back and check your purchase values for your unwrapped investments and the rental properties in the plan. Year view is key and can even be used in the insights, so you can see what assumptions the insights are making for each year of the plan. For example, running the market crash insight, It's going to be at Tim's age 65, so I go to Year View. In the Insight, I'll click on the Investments or Pensions tab, scroll along to age 65. You can see if I click on the event tag there, it's got market crash, and in that year the investment and the pension accounts drop by minus 35%, minus 0.5 fees. That's how you can use Year View within an Insight to see what's happening in each year of the plan in that Insight. Thanks for listening.